Welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast, your no-nonsense guide to the markets. Subscribe, join the community, and get ready to dive into real talk and real market insights. Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Stephen Kalayjian, and welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Well, we saw the markets today push up to new highs. We had major sell divergences. I told you I was bearish, and I've been bearish since about the 6350, 6400. I still say the market's going down here. Again, the market always overshoots. We saw gold hit a high of 38, I think 38.21 if I'm not mistaken. Got absolutely kabooshed. I wouldn't buy gold here with your money. We saw NVDA down 5 over down 3%. We saw Avago down on the day. We saw Microsoft down 1%, down 5. Big shorts on Microsoft, big sell divergences. The 60-minute time frame reverses to sell, nothing but shorts on the bounces. We saw the Russell way off the highs. We saw the Dow up 350, boom, down on the day. The Nasdaq down down on the days, hitting the highs early this morning, well above the 25,000 level on the Nasdaq. Gold got kabooshed. What else we saw? Tesla, monster shorts in Tesla above 440. Tesla down 15 off the highs. Amazon kabooshed, down $6, down 2.9%. So the big losers here were Amazon, Meta, down 9. Meta, great patterns on Meta. I'll show you that, down 1%. NVIDIA down 2.9. The S&P futures down about 0.5%. NASDAQ down a little under 0.7%. But the big loser here on the day was the NASDAQ down 0.69%. All right, 0.1%. All right, again, we saw Apple, major sells above the 357 level, and Apple got absolutely kabooshed, nothing but sell divergences. These sell divergences really were all over the place. On the index futures this morning, when the indexes were pushing up to new highs, 67, 50, 55, 67, 56, nothing but sell divergences on the 30 and 60-minute time frames. Again, very bearish patterns, okay? Amazon reversing to sell, correlating with the 30 and 60. You short every bounce. Palantir, great shorts this morning on the new highs, dropped about 5. Again, monster short. So let me take you over here, and I'll start showing you what I saw early this morning. So when I walked in, the first thing I do when I walk in every day is I look at the bigger time frames. And if you look here, you can see, all right, you can see here that when we were pushing up this morning right here, the MACDs on the 60-minute time frame did not confirm. The 30-minute MACDs did not confirm the high. I said, let them have them. Let them have them. Monster shorts there. I mean, how could you think that you're going to make new highs here? How do you think you're going to make new highs here, okay, and think that this is going to last with this negative MACD right here on the 60-minute time frame? That ain't happening. If you see here at the end of the day, we have sell reversals on the 30-minute time frame right here, okay, and the 60-minute time frame. MACD is negative. So tomorrow, any rallies, I would be looking for shorts, and I'll get into that in the second part of my podcast, all right? If you look here, you can see Microsoft, MSFT, reversing to sell on the 30-minute time frame. When the 30-minute reverses to sell, what do you look to do? You short every bounce on the 5-minute time frame. Now that the 60-minute time frame reverses to sell right here, okay, what do you look to do? You short every bounce on the 5-minute time frame. Here it is. What a Picasso. This is the first bounce. This is the first short this morning right here. I called this short right here at 10:15 when the 30-minute reversed to sell. 5:13 got absolutely kabooshed. You can see it here. And then when the double red right here, you can take every bounce on the 5-minute. And then right here, you can see the other bounce here. So this is the first bounce on the 5-minute time frame after the 60-minute correlated with the 30 and the 15. Major short right there on Microsoft at 1250. You see the 511 and change got absolutely kabooshed. Here's another short on the 5-minute, and then at the end of the day, pushed up here and should set up shorts for tomorrow. Great pattern on Microsoft, again, causing nothing but short sell divergences. Tesla, unbelievable short today on Tesla. If you look here on Tesla, it pushed up here. Look at this, 440.97. Look at the 60-minute MACD. Where's it going? I mean, where is it going, really? The 60-minute MACD reverses here. You can see here, okay, the 60-minute reverses, all right? And what do you look to do? You short right into the MACD negative, and Tesla absolutely, I mean, within literally hitting that 440 and change, couldn't even speak that fast. Tesla absolutely kaboosh, down $6. It was Christmas in September, all right? Major sell there. And then you can see here when Tesla reverses to sell on the 60-minute time frame. Here's a short on the 5, and here's the other short here at the end of the day on the 15. Again, on the 5. You can see the bounce here on the 5-minute right here. Here's 1, here's 2, and then look at this one above 29, and it dropped $4 at the end of the day. Monster shorts here in Tesla, absolutely monster shorts. I want to show you gold here today. All right, the gold futures, all right, pushing to new highs here above the 38.21. When you can see the MACD's negative on the 15-minute time frame, monster shorts here. If I could put the 15 up, you can see the look at this. Where is this thing go? Once these MACD's went negative right here, every new high. Look at this. Even the pre-market 21, 2070, 2160. Now the 15 reverses to sell, right? Again, another bear flag, boom, another bear flag. And then if you look at the GLDs, the underlying ETFs, you can see the following, right? You can see here the 15 reversing to sell, the negative MACD above the pivot. You look at the 30-minute time frame reversing to sell right here, the 30-minute right here. And then what do you look to do? You look to short every bounce on the 5-minute. So gold pushed up here on the 5-minute right into the 10 bar. Here's the first short. Here's the second short. 82 dropped about 4. Again, great patterns. If the 60-minute time frame reverses to sell tomorrow, I'm telling you, I think gold's going right back down. If the 60 reverses to sell, then we look for shorts. If you look at the GLDs, you can see right now you're $13. This is a monster bear flag. Gold could drop north of 130, should bring it down to the 3660 and maybe even lower. I like to see 34.5, 3400, maybe even 3350. That might be a stretch going straight down. That's about 400 points, but it could happen. Gold rallied, but again, any pullbacks on deep oversolds on the daily and weeklies, I'm a buyer on the gold. I think the next target, my first target was 3850 and then 4,000. I do believe 4,000 will be met, whether it's this year or definitely, I think, in the first quarter of 2026. All right. So let's see here. Microsoft, Meta. What a great pattern in Meta today here. All right. Meta reversing to sell on the 15-minute time frame. Now, when Meta reversed to sell on the 15, okay, you can see here Meta was pushing up this morning to new highs. 790, you can see Meta, 790. And the MACDs, hold on, let me just get the Meta up here on the 30. You can see when Meta opened here this morning, right here, right, was this today? Let me see, 722. Where are my ears? Hold on, 723 was right here. Okay, so Meta pushed up to 770, new highs, and you can see that the MACDs didn't confirm the highs here. Actually, the 30 got overbought into the negative MACD, and Meta dropped 15. And here's the 60-minute time frame. Again, you can see the push up here in Meta. Let me see where my 722, 723, right here. Meta is still negative. So when Meta reversed to sell on the 15-minute time frame, you went into what's called a sell trend. Okay. The 15 correlated with the 30 and the 60-minute time frame. And then what do you look to do? Well, you short, gets ready, right here. You short the bounces on Meta. You can see on Meta when the 15 reverses to sell and it correlates. Look at this pattern. This is called a double red short right here. You can see here the 15 reverses to sell right there. Here's the first bounce on Meta on the 5-minute. The ADX is rising, negative MACD. Look at this short in Meta, 762. Absolutely kabooshed, $11. Here's another short at the end of the day. Absolutely kabooshed on Meta. Monster bear flag on Meta. And again, what are you talking about here? You're talking about when the condition, which is one of my 5 conditions, the 15 reversed to sell, it correlated with its 5, at 30 and 60-minute time frame. You short the first bounce there at 2 o'clock. Look at this, an absolute Picasso. Look at this, 762, and then kaboosh. If you take that right into the 10 bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even on 8 bars, it dropped 9 points on Meta. Monster short there on Meta, okay? Monster short. Let's look at Coinbase. Now, Coinbase is already negative, okay? Already negative on the 15, the 30, and the 60-minute time frame. So if you look here today, okay, here's the double red short. Now, I called this short right here on the opening. Look at this, okay? 335 on 7. Look at this right here. You can see the push up here. The MACDs on the bigger time frame, the 30 and the 60-minute time frames. Where are they going? The new high into the negative MACD on the 30. Look at the negative MACD on the 60. Where are you going? I mean, for Christ's sake, that was a layup. 235 on Coinbase. And then when the 5-minute time frame reverses to sell, right here, this is called a double red short. Look at all the bounces on the 5. 1, okay, 2, an absolute combustion. Look at this, 2, okay. Here's a third one. Here's a third one here. Boom. Okay. But overall, Coinbase down 11. But you can see once you got that double red short, meaning that the trend is negative, the 5 reverses, you short the overbought conditions on the 5-minute. But here you can see even the 60-minute time frame pushed up. And if you look at the 15-minute time frame right here, okay, Coinbase right here, you can see that it really is going to start setting up a nice pattern tomorrow for shorts into the negative trend. MSTR, another one, pushes up this morning. You can see here, MSTR pushes up and gets absolutely hammered. Pushes up right here on the opening. You can see 339. The trend is negative. The dots are into the cayenne. Where's this thing going? This thing dropped 12 on the day. All right, again, these negative MACDs. Here's a 60-minute negative MACD. Look at the negative trend, and you can see the 15's negative. And what do you look to do? Well, let's look at the 5-minute. Again, the 5-minute time frame right here. Here's the push up in the opening. You can see the negative trend. Bitcoin is down below 112,000. All right, and if you look here, every bounce on the 5-minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at this, five bounces, okay? And then at the end of the day, I doubt it was kind of late, but 5 great short patterns on the what's called a double red short. 5 bounces in the negative trend, okay? The ADXs are rising on the 15, on the 30 and 60, the same identical pattern as Coinbase. Those ADXs are rising. If you look here on Coinbase, you can see when those ADXs are rising on the 30 and the 60-minute time frames, you just take the shorts off the 5-minute. You can see it right here. The ADXs are rising here, the negative MACD, the big selling pressure. Look at the negative MACD right here, the ADX rising, and the big selling pressure. Monster short, okay? Apple, show you this Apple from this today. You can see that Apple pushed up here to the 257, all right? And then you can see the 15-minute time frame when Apple was pushing up here to 257. Look at that negative MACD on the 15-minute time frame. I was shorting Apple up there, okay? And it got absolutely kabooshed. Literally dropped about $2 in literally about 10 minutes, all right? And then when the 15-minute time frame reversed to sell, I knew that the highs were in for the day, but you could have buy, because Apple's still bullish on the 30 and the 60, you could actually take the long on the deep oversold condition. Got 94, ran about 80, 90 cents at the end of the day. Last one, Palantir, pushed up today. You can see Palantir pushed up today right on the opening. I saw the 60-minute and the 30-minute MACDs non-confirming. I said, let them have them. We were shorting the hell out of Palantir above the 184.80, 184.90, 185. Look at the high, 185.76. And look at the next bar, Palantir down 3. When you see negative MACDs like that and the price is making new highs, it's over. It's over. Okay, it's over. All right. All right. So with that, I want to show you one last one, OKLO, which has been on a tear. Okay, you can see OKLO today. Where am I looking at here? It pushed up to 140.74. Again, pushing up on the 30. The MACDs couldn't confirm on the 60. And you can see the drop here, OKLO, about $6 to $7. One of the things I'll show you is how to understand these divergence patterns in my live stream every day, sktrading.live. And we had a phenomenal day on the index futures. Great patterns, especially when the 30-minute time frames reversed to sell and around 240, caught a great short at 15. S&P futures dropped about 12. And it was a great pattern. And then we're waiting for the bounce on the 15. So with that being said, when I get back, I will tell you what I expect for tomorrow. Okay, so for tomorrow at 8:30, we have durable goods order. So that's a red number. And then we have the existing home sales. And then we got a bunch of governors speaking, Fed governors. But the big one's the durable goods. And again, since the 15 to 30 and the 60-minute time frames reversed to sell here on the spiders and on the Qs. Also, the IWMs well off the highs here. Big shorts up there. When you see that, okay, when you see the 30 to 60 minute time frames reverse, it's very hard for them to go positive again here. All right. If you look at the bigger time frames, the dailies, look at this negative. We're still 8 points above the 10 bar. I think these gaps below, I think the market's got a lot of downside here. All right. And so for tomorrow, I want to just explain that I'm looking for any bounce, especially into these negative MACDs for bear flags to set up for shorts. I want to show you one last pattern here. The IWMs, when you see the IWMs today pushing up to new highs, I said to my audience, this is one of the best shorts. I would short the world. Okay, I would short the world for two reasons. One, the MACDs did not confirm the high on the 60-minute time frame. If I draw my horizontal line right here, you can see that the price action did not confirm the new high. That's one. Two, if you look here, the algorithm reversed to buy when the MACDs are above the pivot. That is a clear sell short. That's a clear sell divergence. When the MACDs are above the pivot on the 15, 30, and hourly, and the algorithm indicator 4 reverses to buy, and it crosses positive with the MACDs above the pivot, you short them, okay? All right, you wait for the overbought condition, you short them, you wait for a pullback, and then you can see the pullback here on the 15, right here, the pullback on the 15, right here. Now, because we got this oversold condition, it pushed up here, rallied about 60, 70 cents. It was going to make a lower high because of the negative MACD, got kabooshed again here, probably, more or less now for tomorrow. The 60 minutes deeply oversold. I'll be looking for rallies to get short the Russell. All right. Again, for tomorrow, any rallies after the durable goods, we'll see what happens there. Again, the market got down to that 67.02 level, could not break 6,700. I just think it's a matter of time. And I just believe that what we're looking at here, I think gold is going to drop sharply, the S&P is going to drop sharply, and saying so is the NASDAQ and the whole market overall. With that being said, again, any rally tomorrow, because the 30 and 60-minute time frames reversed on the spiders to sell and the Qs on the 30 and 60, I would be looking for rallies to short. I think today's highs, 67.56, should not get touched. And if they do, I say let them have them. All right. When I get back, I want to tell you how good our Tokyo Asian session is doing from 8 to 10 each night. So every night between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, and Thursday, I host from 8 to 10. That's right. I host an Asian session sponsored by My Funded Futures. It's a great, great time. Sometimes the first 20, 30 minutes is slow, but I use that time to explain patterns and teach my methodology to the stream, to everyone. But we have a big, big announcement to make. If you're into the prop world, guess what? This Thursday, if we have 1,000 viewers, My Funded Futures, 1,000 viewers on YouTube. Now, you normally get anywhere between 8 to 10, 15,000 between Instagram, X, TikTok, my YouTube, and their YouTube, okay? And their Instagram. So basically, if we get 1,000 views on My Funded Futures YouTube this Thursday, guess what? They will be issuing 100 free 50K core accounts through the raffle. That's right. 150K core accounts if that view button hits 1,000. Now, last night we got up to about almost close to 700, but combined we had, I think, close to 9,000, which is still a great number for people watching all around the world for just a 2-hour show. Okay. But I teach, we had phenomenal shorts in gold, unbelievable patterns. People were making money. I was so happy. And again, I thank My Funded Futures to be part of this. This was something I thought of, and they love the idea. And I'm doing it now from now to the end of the year, and hopefully also be on the My Funded Futures TV show once a week. I think it's going to be Fridays. Hopefully we'll do more. But again, it's a great environment for those of you who are trading prop. There's no margin, okay, in trading the overnight. I know some firms don't have margin requirements. Some have monster margin requirements. Some of the big member firms. But with that, it's a great, great time. I love it. I engage with everybody. People text me and they call me because, I give out my cell phone number. But it's a great, great time to be trading during that Asian market, especially gold. S&Ps were great last night, but gold really, really great. All right. With that being said, thank you for joining me tonight on The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Please hit the subscribe button. Please leave a comment. Also, please join my community of traders from all around the world. Go to my website, sktrading.live. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, @official, Stephen Kalayjian, X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Also, if you'd like to reach out to me, I give out my cell phone number. It's 914-500-7484. With that being said, have a great night, everybody. Enjoy every second. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America. See you tonight.
Thanks for tuning in to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast, your no-nonsense guide to the markets. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe at sktrading.live. We'd love for you to rate, review, and join our community for more real talk and market insights. Until next time, keep trading and stay sharp.